Sadness envelops my soul. We recorded for about, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
And it didn't
fucking
record.
froze. Pro Tools stabbed me in the back again.
This is just confirming my belief that has been brewing lately that it might be a good idea to learn how to use Reaper.
Yeah, man. Josh uses Reaper.
I know.
And he roasts me daily for using Pro Tools because it's just like,
yep,
it's an endless fuck around.
Kind of is.
Anyways.
Well, we're back.
Bullshit, bro.
We're back.
Damn it. The first thing we got to talk about is...
What did we talk about?
Lutharo talking mad doo-doo on us.
Yeah, Lutharo.
I don't want to swear in the first 15 minutes of the video and get demonetized.
Oh, is that the new rule?
I don't know.
I'll try to abide by that. Okay.
But yeah, fucking like
that's a bunch of bull poop.
Then I swear. Shit. But yeah, those guys are roasting us on Instagram saying our podcast is boring, which, to be fair, it has been a little boring.
I think they were just talking about that last episode.
Yeah.
And by the way, Simon and I did save the day immediately after on the Patreon episode by eating 30 milligrams of edibles and powering through a podcast.
Trying to make sense of whatever the fuck, like trying to freeform talk for like an hour on fucking
That's a whole new challenge. Like, tell me about it. Because like me, I know other people aren't, but like me personally, I can't like use cannabis and then do anything important. Like I would never use it before a show, before going to work, any of that. I can't do that. Like I just like it totally kills my social ability and so the podcast, that was a new challenge for me.
Yeah, it was also, we had just ate so much barbecue before that podcast, dude. We were in like a comatose state.
Yeah.
And
live and learn.
So anyways,
They roasted us about it.
They roasted us, but I was like, come on, guys.
Fair enough.
They have a podcast.
Yeah, where's your podcast? Oh.
And I have not.
Really?
They haven't put it out yet, and I'm waiting because they've been talking about it for a long time. It's a lot of chit-chat about the podcast and no podcast.
It's like I always say, it's easy to talk, but is it easy to walk?
Is it also hard to rock?
Yeah.
This is the shit you want. I'm getting sideways looks from the peanut gallery over here. What's going on over there?
Peanut gallery? Shit, Charlie Brown.
Man. Okay, so
So Lutharo, they're going to be heading out on a crazy tour.
They got a sick tour coming up. So if you guys are around in the United States, they're going to be on tour with Ailstorm and Glory Hammer.
Yeah.
I was going to say Blades of Glory.
I'm
playing too much NHL.
I am going to forecast the glorious return of Beer Jesus on that tour.
Maybe.
I bet you.
Maybe.
Seems like
my guess is he's going to be the guy driving the whole time and not get to drink at all.
Could be.
You never know.
Yeah, it could be.
Turtles in Time. Oh, good choice.
No context for that outburst. But,
Tim's got a fucking an emulator, like a Super
Video
Nintendo
game
emulator that he bought and got shipped to the studio. Finally plugged it in. He's playing some old school shit.
He's got Turtles in Time.
How we do.
Game.
We're trendy motherfuckers who play old video games because we're so hip and cool.
Yeah.
But and then the other thing we were gonna say, Seven Kingdoms also heading out on tour.
Right.
With Rhapsody
of Fire. That's pretty dope.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be epic, man.
And they just finished a tour with, or a series of shows, which I guess you could call a tour, with Powerwolf.
Powerwolf, yeah. Those shows look huge, man.
Yeah,
that's so sick. Good for them.
That looked really awesome. Yeah. I was stoked.
Didn't you say something like it was only like a 6-show tour or something like that?
Yeah, so it's like it was crazy. It was like only 3 shows, like sort of on the east. I mean, as far as I remember, I looked at the poster like once, but I think it was like only like 6 major cities on either side of the United States.
Oh shit!
So
that's wild. Could you imagine like doing an international tour and only having to do 6 like in America to make the tour pay for itself? We're out there 30 days, a month and a half.
This is what got us on the topic of we need a fucking gimmick.
Right, gimmick. Yes,
we need a gimmick. So we've been trying to figure out, okay,
if we had a gimmick, what kind of gimmick should we have?
Which gimmicks are currently available
Yeah, because most of them been done.
Yeah.
Like if you're listening to this, put in the comments what you think might be a good gimmick for Stryker if we were to adopt a gimmick. Like,
okay, so yeah, we were going over them.
We're going over starting with Halloween costumes, right?
Yeah. So it's like you could dress up as ghosts, but
yeah,
that's
the white sheet is kind of
it's
it's a questionable move.
You could dress up as fucking pirates. That's already done.
Yep.
You can
vampires.
dress up as vampires. Yeah. That's kind of already done. I'm sure someone's fucking doing that shit.
Yeah. Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Heavysaurus. You mentioned. Yeah. It's been done. Fuck, we're getting pickings are slim, dude.
Yeah.
Cowboys is, the whole country genre's got that. So.
Yeah, and there's like, dude, I've seen the cringiest shit that'll be like, I always find that like, you can see like a pair. This is gonna be This is gonna be sipping on the haterade big time right now.
Uh-oh.
But sometimes you see like people who are clearly like, whatever we were doing before didn't work. So we're gonna just like shift gears to this thing. Like it doesn't matter anymore. We have no like musical morals anymore. We're just gonna like send it on whatever we think is going to work the best.
Yeah.
And so I saw this one. It was just like, this is when metal goes country or whatever, and it's just like a dude singing country over some like something like that like modern butt rock sound.
Yeah.
But with like country and then also rapping.
Oh my god!
And I was just like, man, this is like such a lethal combination of everything I just absolutely don't want to hear.
That's crazy.
And then it's just like, I interacted with it on my algorithm.
No,
it's poisoned my algorithm.
All
I
you
see it all the time now. I'm just like, fuck, I don't like this. How do I?
What about Rav has been doing a lot of metal goes country.
Yeah, he's
that's funny though.
He's doing it for a goof.
Oh yeah.
But
his
like,
shit's hilarious, man. I love
this is like
stuff.
Dudes being like, this is our new sound. Check it out. We're like POV. You're listening to the first country metal band, and it's like, oh god.
Oh, I wish it wasn't.
Shit,
How do I go back in time? Yeah, damn, dude. Yeah, gimmicks, boy. Race car drivers.
Yep, you could wear the suits.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Yeah, has it been done?
No,
I don't think it has.
Think so. I think it's probably because wearing that on stage would be a nightmare.
It might be helmets.
Helmets, wearing the helmets on stage would be sick.
But like we said, it'd be cool to have like our sponsors, like our guitar makers.
Yeah, get
the Jackson logo. I'm currently having a custom bass made. Actually, not allowed to say too much about it yet, but I could get that maker on my jumpsuit, checkered jumpsuit,
on our NASCAR flame retardant suits.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that would be sick.
We could call it like nice car or something.
Nice car. Well, yeah, man.
Fast car.
I don't know. We've never seriously talked about it. I mean, we have talked about like the band's like image and stuff like that, and it's always like it's so hard to like think of anything that doesn't just sound like it doesn't feel like so unauthentic and weird.
Yeah,
like it's such a strange thing to do, right? To be like, hey, like. Let's more. I think it's like one thing if you start like that. If you're like, hey, the whole idea of this band is we're all gonna wear fucking corpse paint, or we're all gonna be fucking dressed up as clowns or whatever the fuck, pirates.
Clowns. Has clowns been done?
Oh yeah,
ICP. Fuck.
It's not a metal band, but
damn.
Well, and also like I guess you could kind of put Slipknot into that.
I guess a couple of them are a bit. Yeah, they got the clown thing going on. Yeah. Right. Shit, dude.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of any firefighters, policemen, firefighter. Oh, dude, emergency workers.
Dude,
you could be a cop. Tim could be a fireman.
Dude, village people.
Oh yeah, shit.
That's the village people.
Okay. Fuck. Like just regular ass professions. One of us is a doctor. The other guy's a lumberjack.
Doctor, lawyer, dentist. Whoa, white collar band.
There you go.
We're the white collar boys.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Wall Street guy.
I don't think it wouldn't stick out enough unless we were on stage.
Yeah.
But I mean, we wouldn't get the whole, how whenever we go on tour and we're walking through the grocery stores to get our food and sustenance.
You guys
in a band? We probably wouldn't get that anymore. We'd be like, so, are you guys in a small village?
I also had a theory about that. If you worked in a grocery store, when would you ever see 5 dudes walk in together?
I thought about that the other day.
It's like it's like when you go grocery shopping, it's probably mostly people go alone or with their family or maybe with a significant other.
Yep.
But never in a group of like 5. You know what I mean?
So like funny.
So it's like, yeah, it's one thing that, we have long hair and shit, we're wearing band shirts. But it's another thing that it's like 5 of us together walking in.
It's pretty weird.
Like, it's pretty funny.
I was writing home about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, I know. They're like, well, what are you guys eating out there? And I'm like, oh, we just usually just go to the grocery store and pick up food and eat it at home, right? Just like you would any other place. And they're like, all 5 of you guys go to the grocery store together? And I was like,
yup.
Yeah. And then I thought about it. I was like, that is kind of funny. Like, I wonder what because we go like twice a week. And this is a pretty small town
we're
we're
in
in.
all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I every time I go in there, I'm like, they're like, this dude's recognizes me for sure because I recognize him.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, this fucking long-haired dude.
It's so funny.
The guy who Simon hates for some reason. What did that guy do to you?
Oh, he's just got a crappy attitude.
Oh, he ID'd him for non-alcoholic beer.
Oh shit.
He's the Gestapo.
He's a bit of a tyrant. He has a bad attitude. And if you're to be fair, in Simon's defense, if you lined up waiting for the self-check register, like he couldn't just be like, oh, number 4 is open. He's like, number 4's open, and then like turns his head and walks away. Like, and it's like, whoa,
stressful
dude.
job, dude.
I guess. I mean, like, fair enough.
Pointing people to where they gotta go.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you're working with fucking chuds all day, and it's like the regular population, because like that's probably one of the worst things. Like, if you work at like a retail store of like a specific type, you probably see like a particular clientele come in, and you probably get used to how that type of
demographic.
Yeah. But at a grocery store, it's everybody.
You get everything.
So you get the worst, you get the best and the worst.
Right.
I assume
the worst of the worst.
Yeah, you get the absolute worst, shittiest human beings. It's like working at a Walmart, man. You must see the craziest shit.
Man, that'd be nuts. I bet.
You see the absolute
biggest
chuds in the world.
I always love those videos of dudes in Walmart who pick up like the intercom and like fart into it. You ever seen this?
Those fucking prank videos, dude.
It's so dumb, but it makes me laugh so hard.
I love it. I love it when like sometimes they have videos of those dudes and they just get like punched out, and I'm just like, oh really? Yeah, dude. Like,
wow.
Well, not those, but like the guys who do the pranks where they like throw shit at people and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think there's a line to draw with the pranks too, because it's like if you're gonna get somebody, if you're gonna mess up their clothing, or like you're breaking something of theirs, or like you're like seriously
touching them in any way.
Yeah,
basically.
Then and you get punched. It's like, well, duh.
Yeah, you shouldn't fuck around. Find
what was
out.
That one? That guy who, man? I just remember one where he'd wear these yoga pants, and we'd be rooting through the trunk of his car, like looking for something with his ass sticking out. And of course, yoga pants makes your ass look great, right? Oh. And then dudes would come by and comment, thinking he's a girl. And then he'd get up and he'd be like, oh, yo, you like my house, bro? And they'd be like, oh, my God, get the fuck out of here. And then one guy actually tried to fight him for it. It's like, dude.
That's some hateful.
That's kind of fucked up.
Hateful shit right there.
That's kind of fucked up. Because, like, dude, you looked at my ass, then realized you got tricked, and now you want to fight me? Like, what's your damage, bro?
Yeah, he realized something about himself he didn't want to know.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps. Or was,
maybe.
Something like that.
I don't know, man. Just chill. Chill out, guys. Fuck.
Yeah, so I do like the fart videos though,
or
that
great.
Dude who can. Man, you want to laugh? I don't know. Maybe not everybody thinks this is funny, but there's a video where this dude he can fucking burp so loud that it he'll be like in a square of people and he burps so loud that everybody looks at him. It's so funny. I don't know why I think that's so fucking funny.
It's pretty funny.
It's like, man, sometimes you watch something and you get inspired instantly. I was like, I wish I could fucking burp that loud.
You gonna learn to burp really loud?
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I've worked on it for quite a while.
Can you give us your best fake burp? I
don't have one in me.
Oh, you don't have? Okay.
Maybe I'll try and get one.
Okay. No pressure. I mean, like anytime throughout the podcast, I'm sure it would be fine.
Yeah, I'll just Start drinking this while gulping in air.
I don't advise farting into the podcast mic, though.
No, I won't be doing that.
That's probably not a good idea.
That up to
other people might have to put it up to their
Tim
faces.
Browns of the world. Their disgusting behavior on the podcast.
Has it been that bad?
No,
I don't think I've been on it. Oh no, that's not true.
One was gross because we just came back from fucking barbecue and everybody was like a bloated piece of shit. It was
just
like
gorf coma.
Yeah, it was to be. That's our fault. Like I should have known. I know us well enough to be like, we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be eating We shouldn't be eating fucking barbecue and then
trying to pod, trying to be entertaining. Yeah, fair enough.
You just ate the heaviest possible food.
Yup.
Just feel like shit.
Did that? Oh yeah, it got cut off when we were talking about before. To be fair, the podcast, the Letharo. Sorry, I'm speaking like a British guy. Letharo.
That podcast.
Letharo. The one they roasted us about.
Letharo. The Letharo pod.
Letharo. Simon and I saved the day on the Patreon episode immediately after that by taking 30 milligrams of THC cannabis edibles and trying to do free thought or free speech. No, what do you call it? It's not free speech.
Free
association. There you go. Free form conversation. For an hour on the podcast. Yeah. And I think it went all right, considering. I think it went all right.
It's funny because
with some
it's
prompts
like,
too, though.
Like, when would you ever record yourself talking to someone for an hour while you're fucking fried on gummies?
Never.
Like, and then you watch it back and be just like, oh, that was fine.
Yeah.
There was nothing weird about that.
That's the thing too. Like I know a lot of other people are not this way and they can handle it, but like I can't use cannabis and then do anything important. Like that's not me. If I'm using it at all, it's at night, and I've done everything that I need to do in the day. It's like before work, not a chance. Before a show, hell no, man. I'll be hiding behind the drums. Why the fuck are all these people looking at me? It's like I can't do it. So that was a challenge, that podcast. So if you want to see Simon and I do a goopy podcast,
what's that? What
you better join the Patreon. No, I can't do my bass take stoned.
No,
I tend to sit a little ahead of the beat, maybe.
Oh,
as a habit.
Like normally?
Yeah.
So and then if you did it before, you think you would be?
I would be way behind.
You'd be behind the beat.
Yeah, probably like
you'd be in the pocket
at least 100 milliseconds.
30 milligrams behind the beat.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good song, though. 30 milligrams behind. Yeah, no, that was an interesting evening. So yeah, if you want to check out a special episode of the Striker Patreon, that's where it is.
Get into that one.
Yeah, there'll probably only be one of them, so it's only $1 if you give a fuck. See me rhyming now? It's pretty cool, huh? Bro,
great,
I'm pretty much a poet.
I went to the restaurant today for lunch.
Which one?
Just there's like a brewery we just walked down. It's kind of cold, but we walked down there.
You walked to the brewery. That's cool.
It feels good to like do something a little normal because it's been like studio and here and for like 3 weeks.
It's true.
And we did go out for the barbecue the other weekend, but whatever. But man, it feels good to just get out and do some shit sometimes. So if you guys are feeling like you're a little hamster in a wheel, make sure you get out and go to a restaurant or something.
Go for a walk, yeah.
Go for a walk.
Me and Simon took our empties back today, and that's how we got these beers. Yeah.
Traded them.
I mean, we could have
traded
bought
up
them,
for full ones.
But like, we're not that poor. Like, we could have bought more beer, but
but reduce, reuse, recycle.
We're
part of the solution out here.
We're having the experience.
Tim's switching
the full
games
experience.
every 2 seconds. What?
That's an
you're
ADD
playing
move.
all the different games to see what's good? All right.
I did that on Jono's Xbox Game Pass the other day.
Yeah.
I played a crazy game called Maneater, where you're a great white shark. And you swim around and you eat fish, but then you got to start like chomping down all these humans. It's pretty crazy. And then the hunters try and come and get you. And they got laser sights, but you got to fucking evade and fucking take their boat down, chomp arms flying and everything. It's pretty brutal, really.
That's funny.
That was a cool game. And what else? Skate 3, classic skateboard game. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember how to play it very well though. I kept eating shit.
It's funny, man. Like I was just thinking, like Corey and I are like main conversation is just sending skateboard videos back and forth to each other.
Nice.
And it's funny because it's like with different friends, you have like I've found that like I'll send like certain things to certain people. Like
Absolutely.
jokes that I think are funny.
Oh, this
and
person
I'm like,
will
this
laugh
person
at it.
will think, but not these ones. It's like
there's a filter. Yeah,
it's funny.
Definitely. I just send them all to my dad, and he's like, "Where did I go wrong?"
You think this is funny? This is not funny.
Nah, my dad's got a pretty good sense of humor. He's a pretty good guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. What else have we been doing? Nothing. Just studio and man, these songs are coming together.
Yeah,
like, we haven't talked about our music at all
No,
yet, have we? On this podcast,
coming together, man.
Yeah.
We got 11 songs right now recorded. Yep. We're probably gonna do a couple more. We have all the drums for those 11 songs. We have the drums, the bass, the guitar, the lead guitar.
True bass is done. Yeah, holy shit.
Like
me and John
are
just
done
bored.
6 or 7 tracks of the lead vocals.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, we're getting there.
We're
plugging away at it. I mean, you would hope so. It's 3 weeks in. We only got 2
Yeah,
we
better have about that much
we
done.
got a lot of time because we're almost done everything. Kind of like by the end of the next week, I think we'd be done.
There's still lots of like vocal harmonies for you to do, some gang vocals for everybody to do, some production elements. We got to make sure all the synths are in place.
Yeah.
And then the big thing that would come next, I guess, is us sitting down, listening to them all, looking for empty spots that we need to fill, and just, combing them over with a fine tooth comb, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making them extra fucking sick.
Making them saucy.
Putting
pouring
all
that
the
fucking
secret sauce in there.
Yeah, just pouring all that music sauce on the music feet. It's gonna be
all
sick.
that hot music sauce all over those hot,
saucy, hot music feet. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of album. Look at the album cover is just gonna be a foot with fucking just like fiery sauce dripping from it.
God damn.
And then the logo tattooed on the bottom of the foot.
Oh God!
Who's getting the tattoo for the foot?
God damn!
Wait a minute, what's a vajankle? This sounds risque.
I mean, like I feel like everybody knows what a fleshlight is.
Yes. Oh, it's one of those.
I don't know how to explain it.
I get it.
But it's basically that, but it's like a foot.
I get it. Yeah.
There's been,
there's bad ones.
We talked about this.
I sent you a couple crazy pictures of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of fucked up ones.
There's some wacky shit.
Subway sandwich, fuck Bugs Life one.
That's gotta be novelty. Like, because who would buy that shit seriously?
It's definitely just like someone thought it would be a funny ass joke.
Like, my fetish is Shrek's ear. Like who? God, for real? Is that a thing?
Dude,
I wouldn't put it past.
We're in a disgusting.
I'm not shaming anybody,
dude. We're in a sexual dystopia where Christian values have gone out the window, and now everybody's free to do whatever they want.
Or is it a utopia? It could be a utopia.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, dude, bang whoever you want or whatever you want, as long as they're not against you banging them or it. I mean, fuck, dude.
If you want to bang Shrek's ear, go ahead.
Fuck
dude.
yeah, man. I'll support you. I support you.
Do I need to? We might be getting in the weeds a little bit. I don't want to talk too much about that.
Yeah, we're not a political band.
But it's like, is it still okay to like kind of roast stuff that's kind of weird? Or is it like, are we just going to be like, no, you can't say anything's weird anymore?
I don't know. Because, like, I appreciate there being weird in the world.
I think people are...
And I hope that there's still going to be weird things that we consider weird. Because,
weird is cool.
Because weird's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But, I mean, it's like, I think feet, like, being attracted to feet is still considered, like...
A bit weird.
Weird. It's still weird.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, me personally, I don't understand
it. Or at least it's funny. It's sort of funny. It's. I don't think anybody's being like a little prosecuted for it. But
no, of course not.
It's funny.
I hope not. I just don't understand like what part of the foot makes it sexy. Like I don't get that. I mean, it just doesn't. It's not my thing, I guess. But like, I don't get it. Like, what is it? If you have this shape of knuckle on your foot fingers, like
I'm sure there's a whole.
Yeah, are like veiny feet better than non-veiny feet, or like I don't know, dude. I got some fetish friends that I might have to ask this to, like some people who are into the fetish community and all that. So I might have to ask, what's up? What makes a good foot? I wonder if they're in the Foot Clan.
Good foot. Yeah.
There used to be these socks my dad had. I don't know why. This is totally stupid information. No, there were these type of socks called Happy Feet or Happy Foot. And they had a logo. The logo was like a sock with like big eyeballs and a big wide open mouth and a tongue sticking out. And it was the craziest looking logo, man. It's like, it haunted me as a child. It was like, oh, the fucking Happy Foot.
That's probably fine.
No, dude.
I mean, if Tim can fucking play his goddamn video games that loud, I guess. I'm sure he won't hear it. I don't think he'll hear it. And if he can't hear it, that's why the podcast has been ruined. Because Tim selfishly came out here, put on his fucking little boy video games, and started tinkering around, making all kinds of fucking noise.
Oh my God. I just snorted. Shit. I'm thinking lately, I was like, wow, I'm going to be 40 years old this year. I'm starting to get bored with myself.
Yeah.
I need to develop a new personality trait. I'm thinking maybe I'll be the guy who snorts when he laughs. Like I'll just force myself to do it until it becomes a habit, and then it'll be the thing that I do. What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We were at the brewery we went to, and I was thinking, like, Jono and I were talking. It would be fun to start lying to people more.
Okay, please
out
go
in
down
public,
this road
like,
further.
to strangers, like simple stuff. Like, so I was thinking, because Tim ordered let's say a large appetizer on top of his meal.
Okay.
So he ate both and was feeling mighty full.
Right.
And I was joking about him needing a fucking wheelbarrow.
Yes.
We're put him in a wheelbarrow. And then I was thinking how funny it would be to ask the waitress
for a wheelbarrow.
Just be like, hey, do you guys have your wheelbarrow here for my friend? He's had too much to eat. And then be like, well, in Canada, bars or breweries and things, they always have a wheelbarrow.
They're legally obliged to have
you have to have a wheelbarrow so that you can transport a fucking drunk guy or whatever out of the building.
Awesome idea.
But it would just be like such a funny fucking thing. Like, imagine that person would just be like, I guess that's real. Like, why would anyone lie?
Why would anybody lie? Yeah.
Why would they lie about that? And then that to me is funny, because you just
that
be
is
like,
pretty funny.
I might start, especially like while we're out doing like
stuff
out of town. It's just like I might
start lying to people,
lying about shit. Like whatever, just to strangers, just say the craziest shit to them and just be like, because they're never gonna be like, you're lying. They'll just be like, okay, whatever. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And honestly, that's for their benefit. Because that gives them something to talk about for fucking years.
Yeah, because they're going to go talk to all their friends and be like, man, you know what they do in Canada? And then there's going to be all these rumors about Canada.
Yeah. Did you know that in Canada, all the bars have wheelbarrows in case someone gets too drunk to walk?
And they even put a ski where the wheel was in the wintertime. I could see it just get embellished the whole way. Every time somebody tells it, it's like a game of telephone.
Have you ever said something or thought of something that you felt like you created and then you saw it everywhere afterwards?
Yeah, that's kind of like the car thing where you never see a Mitsubishi Lancer till you buy one. Now they're everywhere. But it's also kind of like the riff that you thought you made, but then you hear it in another song somewhere that you've never heard the song before.
That happened to us.
I think it's probably happened to every creative person.
Yeah. But I mean, in particular on this album, there is you guys will have to listen and find it. There's a riff that Simon was like, this is a riff from another song. And I was like, I've never heard that song, so let's take a listen. And it was pretty close. It wasn't exactly the same, but it was like, damn, shit, that's like pretty close.
I think ours is better, though.
Yeah, I think so.
There was more elements to ours, I think.
And it's not in the same...
maybe not better. What is good?
Yeah, it's not even in the same context. Like, that was like the intro riff. Ours is like just under a solo section. So it's not a big deal, but it
was interesting.
It's funny. I was like, fuck, I've never even heard that song, but I guess great minds think alike.
We had to change a riff
and Decapitated think alike, I guess.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, that happened to me in Japan, in my band in Japan. We changed a riff in a song because I'd written this verse riff, and it was exactly the same as a Crazy Licks song. a riff and a crazy lick song.
Yeah, okay.
I think they're Swedish.
Yeah.
Hair metal type band, right?
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard the song, and I knew the band, and I had one of their albums, and I loved that album, but this was from a different album that I'd never heard. And we wrote the song.
So many of those riffs.
Well,
right?
it's true.
It's like
but I wrote this
riffs,
riff,
there's only a few
and
of them.
it was like 99.9% the same riff. And then I heard the song, and I was like, "You guys, we got to change this riff." And they're like, "Why? Why? It's such a good riff." And I was like, "Yeah, but listen to this." And I put it on. They're like, "Aw, shit." Whoops. I mean, dude, I bet you that's happened to every band that has done this.
I bet you
know anything.
You could probably find that riff that they did on an album from the
You
80s.
probably
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like that even happened to us. We're super early on. I remember Ian, our original guitar player, came up with a riff, and it was like.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I was like, bro,
Bro, that's Iron Maiden.
Dave was just like, bro, that's just fucking Iron Maiden, dude.
Of course, Dave.
And then he was
the one
like,
who noticed it, right?
Yeah. Dave is that guy.
Dave
He's
is
like, that
the
sounds
Iron
like this,
Maiden guy.
That sounds like this. No,
Yeah.
even just with anything.
No,
Like, that sounds
yeah.
like this. Even if it does
Okay.
to his fault,
Yeah.
he'd be like, that sounds like this. And then I'd play them both a bit. It doesn't.
He does
Whoa.
know a lot of metal.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
we will be playing in Calgary.
Oh, yeah.
So we're playing Hyperspace, and then we're fucking cheesing it back to Calgary, play the next night. So we play Hyperspace on the Friday. And then April 15th, I think it is.
April 15th, Dickens in Calgary.
Is in Calgary with Traveler. our
Yeah. Speaking of Dave
That'd be a
Arnold,
good
he
show.
will be there. So if you are a Dave Arnold fan, come throw Rotten Tomatoes at him,
boy. Yeah.
please.
He's got to be the guy we talk about the most on the podcast. Like,
He might be.
brought
Ooh, he's
up-
an ex-band member.
Yeah, it's true. I guess that's true.
He's probably the ex-band member we talk about the most on the podcast.
He's the easiest to
You
roast,
think?
for sure.
Maybe. Was Chris still around when we started the podcast? I don't even remember now. Was he on a podcast?
No, Chris has not been on a podcast.
He has not.
No.
We should get him on a podcast just for fun.
Yeah, we should.
Who wants to see Chris on a podcast? Yeah, and Dave.
I'm sure. Yeah, well, Dave's been on one.
That's true. He just kind of wandered in.
Yeah, he wandered in.
Yeah. We called him a homeless guy. Poor guy. Fuck.
And he never came back.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, we, what was I going to say? Fuck, I don't know. Whatever. Fucking probably wasn't very cool anyways.
No, if you forgot it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
Hey.
there was a point where I was, like, thinking, man, we should get,
I missed the mic. Fuck.
that lineup of dudes back together just to do, like, if they're
Yep.
around. We thought about it during Christmas because we thought, like, Ian might come back and,
Right.
be around in town
Yep.
and get everybody on the pop, but it didn't happen. So, what are you going to do?
Damn.
One of these days.
Hard to get.
We got lots of old
Fun,
fucking stories to dig up. I'm sure it'll be a good podcast when it happens. We'll get that figured out at some point.
Dude, last time I hung out with Clayton, a buddy of ours, Clayton, friend of the band for a long time, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he gave me some old videos. One was Stryker's first show in Europe.
Which one was that? Was that at
You guys opened with Land of the Lost and came into it with the Jurassic Park theme. And it was pretty dope.
What's
was pretty cool.
Was that
Dave
the
was there.
Pounding Metal Union show?
I don't know. It was a fairly decent sized stage. I think it was somewhere in Germany. I could be wrong.
I can't remember, but I think their first show was when we did that festival.
It looked like it might have been a festival.
Indoor show, right?
Yep. And
I think
Clayton was like,
I think that was Pounding Metal. Yeah.
okay, yeah. He said this was Stryker's first show in Europe.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And he sent me that one, and then what was the other one? He gave me another one. It was like an super old like pawn shop show. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like an old pawn shop show, and it was fuck. I'm gonna have to go through my computer when we get home and see which one it was. But I watched the Germany one, and it was like you guys were fucking on fire, man. The energy was crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was sick.
I never watch all that old shit. I like can't. I'm like I don't need to watch it, rewatch it.
I don't like watching my own
Yeah,
old shit, but I wasn't in the band then, so
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, that's like for me. It's like I could easily watch like with you get a video with Silex or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, oh, this is fucking sick. And you might be like, well, I was sick that night. Or you know what I mean? It's like, but I would never know. You know, that kind of thing.
Job, yeah.
Not saying you would say that, but I'm just being like,
no,
that's always something that I think about. I'm like, man,
I don't want to watch
I'm
my old
so
shit.
self-critical. Like, I always think it's, I kind of relate it to like, imagine like, say 10 years ago, you wrote a short story for school. And then 10 years later, someone read it out loud to you.
Oh,
You'd be
boy.
like, fuck no, dude, I don't want to hear this. It's like, it's too like, you know.
It might depend on the context for me. Like I really enjoyed writing stories in school, so I might want to. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather read it myself. I don't want anybody else reading it to me.
You have like a fucking someone else read it to you, and you'd be like, oh,
like somebody who's like significantly higher status than you or something. Like Yngwie Malmsteen has to read it to you.
Thing is, it's like even if you think it's good, it's like, oh, is that Blades? Dude, Blades of Steel's fucking goated.
Yeah, you got to play Blades of Steel, dude.
Oh, it says Blades of Steel right there, but
yeah,
it says Blades of Steel, bro.
Hit the pole.
Simon.
Hit the pole.
Hey, Simon, can you turn this light on?
Whoa, is that Crystalis?
Can you turn this like up or whatever?
Holy crap.
Turn it up.
Tim's emulators distracting us from entertaining the masses.
Yeah. The sun was out before, now it's gone, so we're getting a little dark in here.
Yeah, the natural lighting is
For the YouTubers.
dimming. No, we have not slowly been dimming the light to further.
God himself hath
Yeah,
dimmed the light
that's right.
on us.
Yeah, he
this
was like,
evening.
"Let there be dark."
What are we doing tonight, boys? Are we going out?
I think we're drinking buds.
We're drinking buds?
So funny because Josh, our producer, every day he asks us, "What did you guys get up to last night?" And we're just like, "We sat on the couch, drank Bud Lights, and talked about what to do next."
Yeah, we didn't do shit.
No, but we're making progress. We have meetings and shit. Like we'll sit around. We got a nice big L-shaped couch in here, and we can all sit on it. There's no shortage of comfortable seating in this place. We sit around and we make plans and we argue about what we should do.
Drum beats and shit like
Drum
that.
beats and stuff. Yeah, good.
We need to do a poll. Yeah. What do you guys like better? Straightforward. Kick on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4, or
a beat.
Kick on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and snare on 2 and 4. So
wait, we need an audible representation of this.
Here, you hold your mic over here, or no? I'll just put my mic down here. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, you hold your mic. You hold your mic up, and I'll do this. So here's the first beat. Goes like this. I'll use the can as the snare. Ready? Okay.
That's the ABBA beat, right?
No, that's a regular beat.
That's the 4 on the floor.
ABBA beat. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ah, yeah. Right. What was the difference? Can you tell?
Can you hear it? Because it's tearing the band apart. If you can.
If you can tell the difference and explain it perfectly in the comments, you win the prize of us complimenting you for getting it right.
Of you being able to say "I told you so" to someone in the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on who.
These
are important things, man. Beats.
It's true.
Are important.
It's all important. Once you get into the studio and you're piecing together new music piece by piece, essentially you're building something from nothing. And every little piece of the puzzle has to kind of come together and fit. And that's really been my thought process through this whole experience is like, as a bass player, what do I do? There's jokes about bass players all the time, about them being dumb and all that stuff. And most of it's true. Most of it's true. But my approach is like, no, what can I do to fill it out? Sometimes what the bass does is it fills out a chord. There's a chord going on and it fills out the low end. I'm looking for open spots where there's nothing going on. Oh, the vocals aren't doing anything here. The guitars are ringing out here. There's not a crazy drum fill going on here. There's nothing competing. What can I do to fill out this space? Oh, well, that's the part where I go do or whatever, like. And I think everybody kind of approaches like song arrangement and like recording and stuff that way, because I think what's important for a band is for everybody to have the idea that everybody gets, a time to shine and, do some crazy shit and shred and all that stuff. But it's like, it's the big picture, right? Like it's got to be the song.
Yeah, song's got to be dope.
Yeah. Everything's got to come together to be the best possible song. And that's like the ultimate goal, right? I think.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, I'm sure Stryker is guilty of this in the early days as well. But like, it's funny listening to some sort of newer bands that I assume are coming out with like maybe their first album, especially in like the traditional metal world. It's like sometimes I'm amazed at how unadventurous it is. Like it's too basic. I was like, why did you limit yourself to this? Like just They just rang out chords and shit. It's like, why didn't you play a riff here and shit? Like, I don't know. I always it's interesting to me because it's like I've heard that quite a bit. I'm like, this is a good band. The song itself is not bad, but it's just like not very unique in any way. And it's like I'm sure Stryker has plenty of songs that could fall under that category, but like we try not to. And I think it's like if you are a songwriter or a young band, it's like just do the most fucked version of what you want to do. At least try it and see what that sounds like, because it might be way better than like if you're like, oh, I need to like, this is the band, this is our style, so I'm gonna like confine myself to these things. It's like, man, fuck all that. Just do like
do what you want,
and
like, then crank it up a notch.
Yeah, make it fucking crazy. Like,
sure, man.
Make it interesting.
Like, do you really want to play the same song that's been played for the last 40 years? And I mean, to be fair, a lot of traditional metal bands these days are making brand new songs, and I think it's fucking awesome because I've listened to the Metallica albums and the Megadeth albums and the fucking Iron Maiden albums a billion times, and they're as great as they ever were. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's like, man, you always hear people say, man, I wish bands wrote music like this nowadays. And it's like, well, they do.
Yeah.
It's just not on the radio for you to get force fed. It's like you got to go look for it. And so they're out there. And I love that part of the whole traditional metal thing. I love that there's still people making the music that people say doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking there, man. There's loads of it.
I think like
if you know how to look for it.
Yeah, I think it's
and I love that.
It's interesting because I think it's hard for newer bands to like, man, it used to be like you start your band and you like sort of cut your teeth playing live and you learn some shit, you play with older bands, you see older bands play and you like, oh, like how are they doing it? And then eventually you write good enough songs that when you play live locally, someone gives a shit enough that you're like, oh, there's a bit of buzz going on here. Now it's like, oh, a record label, because it wasn't affordable. It wasn't like you couldn't just go record like you can now. It was like, okay, now that this band has like honed their sound over like the course of a few years and played with other bands and learned from other bands, they became this thing that people are resonating with. And then a label comes in and says, hey, this is obviously working for you guys, so let us get our fucking fingers in it. Let's fucking take fucking 100% of it from you.
Let us get all of your revenue and not give you any. Please.
But like, I think that a lot of like newer bands are just not doing that. It's like you come out, the first thing you do is record an album.
Yeah, that's true. That seems to be the thing nowadays. It's like you don't even get out there until you have an album ready.
Yeah,
it's like I can't go play shows yet. We don't have an album. Like, what are we going to sell at the merch booth?
When Stryker first started, it was like we didn't have an album out. We were just out playing fucking shows, and it was like the only way you get people to come was just like hopefully the bill is good.
Yep.
And
playing with a band people kind of heard
and then
before.
people knew us. Like we knew, like, I mean, luckily we had like good friend group, so it was,
right.
You could be like, hey, we're playing, and you know your pals would show up and they'd bring some friends, and like you'd get enough of a crowd out of that. But it was never like sold out show or whatever. But it was like, you know, you get enough people there, and those people tell people, and then it's like, oh yeah, let's go see that fucking band.
Right. I heard they're also,
but yeah, like some maybe like, I don't know if it's necessarily a lot of bands that happens to, but I could see it being like, hey, let's get together and record music first. And then we'll go play shows. And it's like, that might be the wrong way to do it.
You know, it's interesting, though, because that's the way everybody was doing it. It might not have been the case before I got there, but the whole time I was in Japan, that's how we were doing it. Unless you're playing in like a cover band or something. Yeah. If you're going to crank out music and you're going to distribute it around the whole country and you're really going to try and do the real, like the actual band thing, it was pretty much like not a lot of gigging before having at least an EP out. Like what you'd put like a 4-song disc out and have it at the merch booth. Because it felt like almost like it was expected if you were playing a show and if you were like a real band, that you had shit at the merch booth, and if you didn't, well, what the fuck were you playing a show for, kind of thing.
You got the early Striker merch. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
there's some fucking eyesores.
Pretty bad.
Oh, we had some bad merch early on, man. Holy
the
shit.
shark that doesn't open beer.
Yeah, no, those were great, dude. I love those. The
awesome.
shark bottle openers. Shout out to anybody who's got one of those relics.
Man, that thing was on my keychain for a lot of years.
It's sick, and it's like just such a funny, weird thing. Like we got a bunch of these like made in China keychains that says Striker on them, and they were a shark, and you couldn't actually use them like they were supposed to. Like they had like an open mouth, and you could try, but it wouldn't work. So you'd have to use it as just like a thing to pry the fucking top off your beer. But
yeah,
it worked.
Yeah. I actually had two, because the first one I had, the lower jaw of the shark broke off.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then it was it didn't even work. But no, I had that thing for a fucking long time.
Those
man.
are great. I mean, fuck,
cool.
we might bring them back.
And
dude.
Guess what? Full circle.
Yeah, there we go. We're back on the shark shit.
Yeah, we still got some of these for sale on the shop. We haven't sold out yet, have we?
No, we still got some.
Yeah. We got these sick beer shark shirts, guys.
Hyperspace Calgary might not have any left, but
we'll
store's closed right now because we're here.
Yeah,
no way to ship them. But
unfortunately,
when we get back,
we can't afford to hire anybody to run our shit when we're not there yet.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I can't.
Maybe this album will change that. Who knows?
Put that on various people in my life right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, no. Oh yeah, we're leaving for a month and a half. Can you just like run our web store for us?
Yeah, it's like,
please.
Yeah, it's too much bullshit.
Yeah,
but yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about doing like a video just for fun of how I go about writing music.
Good
just
idea.
Like something like that. And then
a deep dive.
Do like like you can see the screen, you can see the session and stuff like that. Just what I do when I write.
Take people to the tracks.
You know, it's something for people to look at, whether you get anything from it or not. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But
that's something I've been thinking about lately too. Is trying to post a little more stuff about actual bass playing, because. I mean, it's kind of what I do, and there's really no content other than me playing bass at shows.
Yeah. Dude, we're about to grow our personal brands.
Maybe I should talk about bass a little bit here and there. I mean, I do call myself bassist, so
yeah.
Yeah, so expect some shit.
Yeah, you guys are coming. Big things coming out here.
Big coming things.
That's probably what we should be doing in the studio for the next couple weeks when there's downtime, is
getting content.
Get some playthroughs and shit.
It's probably a decent idea, man.
It's like, we got the songs. Let's do some fucking playthroughs.
And we got that whole other room there. Like there's basically 2 studios there. I mean, there's the main studio and tracking room and an engineering room and drums and vocal room, but then there's this whole other room. It's kind of like a writing room. I think he calls it Studio B. He calls it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where
it's nice to have.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Spend a lot
nice
of time
couch.
There, playing guitar solos and shit like that.
Absolutely. I also go do my work meetings in there, in the vocal booth.
we're reaching out for some guest solos.
Oh yeah.
Not sure if we're gonna get responses from the people we're talking to, but we will see.
We'll see if it's over our head or not.
We're reaching high.
Yeah. Can't tell you yet
though. Thinking about, I was like, man, does anybody ever ask Yngwie for a guest feature? Like, maybe
probably afraid of being told to fuck off.
Yeah, maybe that's everybody, and he's just been like, nobody wants me to fucking play on their songs, and it's like, hey,
maybe his feelings are hurt.
Hey, Yngwie, it's like, I don't want to have to pay you for this fucking dumb solo, but like, you want to shred on something?
Actually, hey, I know a guy in Japan who is basically the Japanese Yngwie. He sounds just like him.
That might be better.
He actually
might be more reasonable.
He's a pretty cool guy.
I'm sure the red tape and bureaucracy with Yngwie is probably fucking thick.
It could be. He might be. It's like, yeah, I'll do your guitar solo for you, but you have to listen to me roasting you for an hour. Or something. Was that a good Swedish accent? I don't even know.
You guys.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
It's terrible.
Sorry. God damn.
Roasted.
Are we the accent guys? I don't think we are, man. No, we're definitely not the accent guys.
You can still make fun of Swedish people for their accents.
Dude, I hope somebody makes fun of me for a Canadian accent. Like I have a linguistics-based degree in university, so I appreciate the flavor that comes from, what would you call it? An accent.
People's mouths, the flavor from
the flavor.
Mouths.
I appreciate people's mouth flavors. Yeah, that sounds dirty.
Their speech.
I love it, man. I love how you go somewhere else and the same language sounds different, and I love how I love it. I think it's an amazing thing about humans. It's great, and how language evolves. It's fucking fantastic. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty rad.
Language.
So everybody, you go somewhere and you sound weird, and it's okay, man. It's cool. Fucking love it.
Shredding.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to go somewhere and sound weird.
Yeah, man. We got to get to Japan.
We got to go play Japan. Yeah.
We got to go.
Dude, I
can't
believe Striker's never been to Japan. And that was the thing when I first joined the band, I just came back from living in Japan for a long time.
That's the only reason we put you in the band. We're like, he'll get us to Japan.
Yeah.
Now,
like, I'm coming up on my 5-year point here. It's like, dude, if we don't get to Japan, you're out of here. Fucking. Ooh, yeah, sure. Thanks, man.
BL. Vitamin B UD.
Jaboy Jono is nice enough to offer to bring us a beer. Wow.
Buddy,
what a cool
you
guy.
don't like it?
What a cool guy.
Go home then.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're trying to make a
Bud Light.
Thanks, Jono.
No, I read that.
Say hi to the people,
buddy.
No,
you don't like it. Go home then.
That's what Bud Light stands for. Buddy, you don't like it. Go home. I love it. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I wonder if we're gonna get Josh out to have a couple of brewskis with us.
I don't know. He only had one beer when we hung out with him that one night.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not a beer drinker, then
that's fair enough. Yeah,
you can't be expected.
Didn't he say he likes bourbon or something though? Like, was it bourbon?
Yeah, I think he said he's got more of a eclectic, more of a
refined palate.
Yes,
he's got a refined palate.
Yeah, I think that would be fun if we can. It would be great to get him on the pod.
Oh, that would be great.
We could probably get him on the pod.
We should definitely get Josh on the pod.
Might be a shorter episode. An hour is a long time.
It is, yeah. Long time to just sit there and chat.
To say.
Yeah. Now that we're seasoned,
or maybe we'll do an hour. We'll do an hour one, and it'll be half is on the YouTube and half's on the Patreon. That's how we get them.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, that's true.
You want to hear all the secret shit? You want to hear all about the fucking way we tune the drums or whatever the fuck?
Yep. All
the technical shit will be on the Patreon one.
Yeah. Like, we're not giving you all the sauce. That wouldn't be right.
Yo, is this like Mario RPG or some shit?
These guys are playing some old-ass video games, man. Yeah. I can't see because I'm too cool and I have to wear sunglasses inside.
Yeah.
This is Mario. God damn.
Mario's fucking giving her.
Dude, Mario's got a great mustache.
I wonder what the movie's going to be like.
Luigi. There's a new Mario movie?
A Mario movie with Chris Pratt's like the voice of Mario.
What?
They
no way.
whitewashed Mario.
Dude,
Fuckers.
It's not an Italian guy. It's bullshit. Let's go.
With it, yeah,
Bro.
it's funny. 'Cause it's like obviously they just want like a star.
Well,
they need,
yeah,
like star
of course.
powered like voice.
Yeah.
And I mean,
That
like,
guy's
I like
a-
Chris Pratt. He's cool.
He's a monster actor, man.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Jurassic Park,
Pratt.
Lost World, bro.
Yeah, dude. What does
Where
he
was
call the
Academy?
Raptors again? He's like the Raptors' friend. He calls him Sweetie or something.
Blue.
No. Blue.
Is it Blue?
Hey, Sweetie, or something. He's like sweet talking the Raptors.
Oh, maybe.
Dude, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. What a dumb fucking movie.
Jurassic Park.
That's some huge, big time bullshit. Although,
We're gonna
like,
bring
they
dinosaurs
keep
back to
talking
life.
about, like, man, Jurassic Park's probably not that far off. Like, they're fucking around with, like, DNA from mammoths and reawakening ancient
true.
viruses and shit. It's
Dude,
like,
I talked with my philosophy prof in university about this at great length, and it was a fascinating topic, and we brought it up in class a couple times, how it's crazy how and if you go through like the history of pop culture and entertainment and stuff, you'll see that like it's so interesting to think about how much is it humans coming up with ideas for science fiction, or is it science fiction coming up with ideas for reality?
It's like
'Cause it's like,
self-fulfilling
dude,
prophecies.
30 years ago when the Star Trek shit was happening, people were like, video phones? That's fucking ridiculous.
You guys are fucking
You gotta be shitting me.
idiots.
That'll never happen, right? And I remember being a kid and my dad would go off to work. Like a couple times he had to go, he was on strike or whatever, and he had to go and work in Fort McMurray for a couple weeks or whatever. And I was like, man, it'd be so cool if we had a video phone to talk to dad or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know, and my mom's like, oh, yeah, maybe, probably not in your lifetime or whatever, right? And it's like, nah, bro, I got a fucking computer in my mitt
I
like
have
24 hours a day.
I have the most powerful thing
It's wild.
that you could ever possibly want, and I constantly drop it on the floor.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about thinking about that is if what we think of to make science fiction movies dictates what happens in the future, well, think about what are all the science fiction movies about now? The end of the fucking world, man. It's coming. Look out.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of took that one a little far. I don't know.
I'm going to clip that one.
Might have got a bit excited.
Yeah.
Get your tinfoil hats out. Let's go. Frogs are gay now.
Yeah, it's like
Just kidding.
all the different ways we can fucking destroy ourselves, basically.
Yeah, like Terminator 2 shit. Like, that was about 20 years ago, man. Now we got AI coming out. We're building robots.
I do like the idea
saying.
for that new movie. I think it's already out. That 65, the one. It's like 65 million years ago. An alien version of humans crash. It's like a ship crash.
We're not even
lands-
from Earth.
Crash lands
Yeah.
on Earth during like the Jurassic period and is like trying to survive. And there's dinosaurs around.
So we fucked him up.
I mean, dinosaurs aren't even fucking real, dude. That's a fucking hoax. That's
Yeah.
such bullshit.
What about
You're
those
telling me
bones?
those lizards were fucking giant?
Well,
Earth's only
the bones.
4,000 years old. That's facts.
Did they make the bones then? What did they make the bones out of?
God put the bones in the earth to test man's faith.
Oh,
That's
I
facts.
see. I
That's
see.
facts, bro.
Okay. Wow. I can't believe I wasn't
Yeah,
able
man.
to see that till now,
Dude,
Dan.
you were blind and now you see, dude. I've
Oh shit!
taken the veil from your eyes.
Must be the Bud Lights. Like,
But you don't like it? Go home.
Go
man.
home then. Yeah. Fuck.
I love all that crazy shit, man. It's like it must be kind of fun to be
Yeah.
like a Mormon or like Jehovah's Witness, where you're just kind of like you're
That's
like
the way it is.
like you just kind of like believe in that crazy
Exception,
shit.
yeah.
It's like I don't believe in any crazy shit.
Me neither. To me, anything's fucking possible,
The
man.
only thing I
Anything's
really
possible.
believe in is that a human's greed could
Oh, yeah.
definitely cause a problem.
For sure.
That's about it.
It always does.
Oh yeah, there's a song that Simon wants on the album,
Yeah.
but Josh said this song's mid.
To be fair, I think Simon wrote a song on the album.
He didn't say it was
Like a full
mid.
song,
Yeah, he
pretty
did.
much.
Simon did write a
Yeah,
song.
he
for
wrote
the
a
album.
song.
And it
Yeah.
no, that song bangs, dude.
Yeah, it's a great song. Fuck
No.
yeah.
Yeah, but one of these podcasts we should get into the nitty gritty of like what it was actually. I mean, maybe later we'll
How
talk
the songs
about
came together.
more of just like the speculation on
Shall we?
what should we do.
Should we let everybody in on the secret of the talking stick?
Oh, that we haven't been using in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the talking stick. Yeah. Well, maybe that's a Patreon thing.
Yeah, it could be. It could
time.
be because it's an important part of how we refine music.
If you guys want to hear about the talking stick, the ultimate tool for songwriting, this one trick.
You could buy all these plugins. All these plugin companies will try and sell you all these plugins. I know, and they're great plugins. But if you don't have a talking stick,
it's curtain.
you fucking lost, man. You're lost. I'm telling you.
All right, guys, we're gonna switch over to Patreon now.
We're out of here.
So.
All right, cheers.
Twitter.